Hey everybody. So I wanted to go live and talk about these inquiries. So last time I went live, I told y'all we was going to talk about these inquiries. And when it comes to these inquiries, I think that this is like the easiest thing that you guys can understand about credit. If you understand like inquiries, I think this would be like the easiest thing that you can understand when it comes down to credit. I mean, when it comes down to credit, these inquiries. So let's jump right on into it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But I want to go right on into the lessons because my little ones are not asleep yet, and we've been homeschooling. They're going back to school. So yeah, I have a lot I need to do, but I want to make sure I don't rush this. So the first thing is you guys have different type of inquiries. You guys, or not just you guys, everybody, we have soft inquiries and we have hard inquiries. Hard inquiries is when a lender or creditor actually checks your credit. They're going to actual copy of your credit report and your credit score. And usually this is going to stay on your credit report for up to 2 years. You can definitely get it off of there sooner. Sometimes it can fall off sooner also, before the 2 years, but usually hard inquiries going to stay on your credit reports for 2 years. Now, we also have something called soft inquiries, and this is where they check your credit, but you have to understand that it's just a soft check. They don't actually get a hard, full copy of your credit report. They just get some information, and a soft inquiry is not going to affect your credit score. But I did see, and I want to make sure I include this in this video, I did see when I looked at when I look on certain reports, I do see all the soft inquiries we're getting from Credit Karma. And then, too, if you guys are doing any soft inquiries for like a credit card, and right now they're saying that there's no effect, but I would like to test to see if there's some type of effect because I would think, what if a company see you got so many soft inquiries? Are they gonna deny you or kind of steer away from you if they see a lot of soft inquiries? Because to me, soft inquiries are starting to be like the new thing, if you know what I mean. When you apply for a lot of credit cards, a lot of them say they can give you a soft inquiry. So I wonder how that is going to play off. But it's usually for like a pre-approval. It's not like a full inquiry, you know. So those are your soft inquiries. So we need to know what the impact and your credit score is going to be. So usually when you get a hard inquiry, your credit score is going to go down a few points. Um, it depends on how many hard inquiries it is too, because they can add up. We're going to talk about the different type of inquiries you can get. And you have to understand that this is going to stay in your credit reports for 2 years. So usually when sometimes people remove these inquiries from their credit reports, they'll see that their credit scores go up a few points. And that's because inquiries can hurt you a few points. It's not nothing. When it comes down to inquiries, it's not something where you're going to get a 30-point decrease from one hard inquiry. Like, no, don't think of it that way. Some people think that that is true, and that's not true. You're going to get a few points when you get that hard inquiry, not a lot. Now, let's talk about some of the common situations. When you guys apply for a credit card and you give them your full social, usually, you know, that's going to be a hard inquiry. If you guys do loan applications like a mortgage, if you're trying to get a mortgage, you're trying to get a car, you're trying to get personal loans, this is going to be a hard inquiry unless they can pre-qualify you. And in terms of like a personal loan, some personal loan companies out there and auto lenders, they can pre-qualify you without the hard inquiry. But usually if you're going full on with the application, it's going to be a hard inquiry. When you guys are doing those rental applications, those are hard inquiries too. So those can actually add up too. Now, I want you guys to make sure that you're doing rate shopping when you're getting some loans. So when you're getting loans such as like a car, I would suggest get your car with in a short period of like 14 to 45 days. Do not start the process of getting the car. Say we're in August right now. Don't start now in August and say, you know what, I didn't find anything. Start back up in October, and then you still don't find anything. Check again in December, because all of those hard inquiries, you guys, are going to have a greater effect than if you were to get all of your inquiries within a short period of time. So I usually say, hey, if you know that your credit score is at the peak of where it's at, try to get your car right away, or try to limit your inquiries too, because they're going to be shopping it around, basically shopping credit report around, to try to see who can actually give you a loan. So try to see if you can limit the inquiries by actually going to a credit union and asking them to give you a loan, or give you, so you can take that check and use that to buy whatever car you want, instead of them shopping you around to 30 different companies, and you end up with 20 to 30 inquiries because you just want to get a car. And I know a lot of people experience this. I experienced this multiple times, and I thought it was normal. Then I realized, like, dude, did you know you can just get your finances and you didn't have to worry about this? And I didn't. But definitely try to see if you can get your finances ahead of time. And if you get your finances together ahead of time, you have to worry about all of those inquiries, but try to do that within a short period. When it comes down to credit cards, it's not necessarily the same. Each inquiry is going to hit you the way that it's just going to hit you in terms. If it's going to take 2 points, it's going to take 2 points, it's going to take 3 points, it's going to take 3 points. It is what it is. But usually with a car, if you get them all in a short period, it's not going to be so much of a decrease. But I did find that you do have more of a decrease though with the car when you have a lot of them in a short period, because as you start removing those, your credit score is going to go up, so you can start saying, oh my gosh, my credit score went up 4 points for moving this one inquiry, call back, got 3 more inquiries removed, then it went up 7 points. You'll see that all of those do add up to something, but to me it's different. It's not like a set number. So definitely make sure you guys are shopping around. Now, I want to talk about managing these credit inquiries. So I want you guys to limit your applications. Don't just do a lot of applications, especially if you know your credit up to par. You got a lot of late payments, a lot of new recent late payments. Your utilization is really bad, meaning you maxed out your credit cards. You got negative accounts in your credit report. Your credit scores is in the 300s, 400s, or even in the 500s. Don't just go out there applying for a lot of different credit. Try to see if you can go with companies that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry, so that way you can limit the amount of inquiries you want to get. Okay, and then I want you to keep checking your credit to see if there's any inquiries on there that you're not even supposed to have on there. And if you want to ever dispute your inquiries, I just suggest people call the credit bureaus. Literally call the credit bureaus and say, hey, I got this inquiry on my credit report, and this inquiry should not be on here. I don't know why it's on here. It's hurting my credit. I need this removed today. And they should be able to remove it. If they don't remove it, call back. Call back, literally. I do have a free dispute letter for those people that do like the dispute route. Like if you rather send out a letter, I do have a dispute letter on my website, Rickita.com. So under free dispute letters, you can go right here and get a free inquiry removal letter. If you want to go that route of just putting your inquiries on there, and then you got to put your name, social, date of birth, your address, all of the information on there the credit bureaus need to actually verify that it's you. Put that information on there, mail it to the credit bureaus, and you can work to remove your inquiries there. But that's how you're going to basically dispute those inquiries. But when it come down to inquiries, I tell people that I remember when at one point, I don't know how I didn't have some of my kids at this point. This is very early on. I remember I had like 60 inquiries before. And this is before they started doing like the pre-qualification. But I used to get the credit cards I wanted. So I don't, to this day, I still, no, I mean, not lie. I do take inquiries serious. But when I see that other people got certain things on their credit reports, I rather focus on those things than to think about inquiries or think about removing them. My key thing is I want to pre-qualify for every credit card out there that I want. If I want to get a personal loan, I want to pre-qualify for it. I want to pre-qualify for anything that I can't pre-qualify for. And if for some reason I can't get anybody will give me anything, I know that my credit must not be up to par for me to go and just get a credit card with another company with a hard inquiry, taking a chance. But if I see that, I'm starting to get pre-approved for things, I figure out what I want. I say, okay, let me see what I want. And when I determine which credit card I want, what's the best for me after I see which companies can pre-qualify me, then I pick the one that I like the best and I apply for it. I get the hard inquiry, basically for that credit card. Now, when it comes down to hard inquiries, some people like to dispute those hard inquiries right away. And if you want to dispute your inquiries, I suggest you dispute any inquiry before the inquiry is actually added onto your credit reports. If you guys do not do that, when you dispute your inquiry, they might flag your account as fraud. So that's something that I definitely want you guys to understand. So if you got an inquiry, say if you apply for the Discover credit card, I'm not suggesting this, I'm just telling the truth. Say if you apply for a Discover credit card, and you got a hard inquiry, you got approved for it, you really need to, before that account get added to your credit report, you really need to, if you trying to get it removed, you need to call them right away to get that inquiry removed. You don't want to start doing letters and stuff like that, because the chances of that account being added to your credit reports before they process a paper dispute is, very slim. That account's going to be on your credit report right away. So you really want to call right away and take care of those inquiries. And again, if you have inquiries in your credit reports and you have accounts attached to them, and you just not finding out about this, you're like, oh my gosh, I got accounts with them, they stuck now. Don't think that hard. Like, see what else you can do in terms of increasing your credit score. Don't forget, inquiry is going to stay on your credit report for up to 2 years. Um, you could dispute an inquiry and not say necessarily that it was fraudulent or anything like that. You technically can do that and see if some reason their system will actually just delete the account without flagging it as fraud. You can do that, or saying, hey, I didn't think this inquiry is supposed to be on here for this long. Because sometimes if an account's supposed to be removed from your credit reports, sometimes they will remove an account sooner. So you could do that. You could, in this, instead of saying, hey, it's a fraud or something like that. Especially if you already have that account in your credit report, you don't want to mess up that account. Then you can say, hey, I just thought that this inquiry is supposed to remove sooner. And usually they will be able to remove that inquiry sooner for you all. But I do have a list for those people that do need to apply for credit cards and you want to limit those inquiries like I like to do. On my website, Rickita.com, I do have this pre-qualified with no hard inquiry. I have this. So you guys can check this list. It's over 45 different accounts that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry, which means that they can tell you yes or no, or whether or not they want to give you a credit card without a hard inquiry. Now, you do have some secure cards in here. You do have credit cards for people with bad credit, decent credit, very good credit. But this is just a list of credit cards that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. So definitely go through this list. And I plan on organizing this list a little bit more so you guys can just see the secured ones or which ones were decent credit, bad credit. But it's quite a few credit cards on here for sure. But I love to know which credit card is going to pre-qualify me without a hard inquiry, because I don't want to get a hard inquiry, y'all. I really don't. But continue to go through that list. It's literally a lot of accounts on there. So go through that list and hopefully you guys will get approved. But understand that even with the pre-qualification, if they say, hey, we can give you a credit card, and you say, bet, give it to me, and you give them your full social, just know they finna do a hard inquiry. You don't have to guess that. You're definitely finna get a hard inquiry for that. But if you guys have any questions, definitely always let me know in the comments. Right now, I'm only answering questions for those people that subscribe to me. So if you guys are subscribed, I'm definitely answering your questions first. I'm trying to answer all the questions that I got from when I first started my channel. And I'm almost done with my Credit 101 series where I only talked about credit. Basically, I want to go into a new series. Like, what do y'all want to talk about? We talk about real estate, you want to talk about debt? Those are the two that's really standing out to me. So definitely let me know which one you think that we should go over next. But this is gonna be a long project, should I say, because the Credit 101, I have 206 episodes, which means that I have 206 days of recording. So that's almost a full year. So whatever the next topic is, I'm going to be talking to you guys about this, I'll say, for at least 9 months. So let's make sure we pick a great topic. But definitely let me know, and I'll see you guys the next time I go live, and I'll go live again on Wednesday. Bye-bye.